Hello everybody, Zach here from 71D Productions. Today you join me back on the railway and for another review, this time on the Bachmann Class Ivatt 2MT. This one is in the BR Late Green. It's weathered as well, for those of you who do want to pick one up. I don't know if they're still available. But the number is 32828A, so if anyone does want it, there it is. And yeah, the box just reads what I've just said, Ivatt Class 2MT 260. 46526 BR Green Late Crest Weathered. So yeah, not really much else to say, but some people may remember this loco. It hasn't been seen on the channel for about a year and a half, and those were with the first couple of videos I made on the channel, so it's good to have the Ivatt back on screen. So yeah, let's have a closer look at the loco. The roof contains a lot of nice detailing, and the top of the boiler as well, including a lot of slightly fitted details like whistles, safety valve. There's a few holes. I'm not sure what that's for. My watch just went off. Apologies, I should probably turn that off. But yeah, we've also got the overhead live warning plaques, decals, I don't know. But yeah, those are printed on the side. I think they look really good. Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, there's not a lot to point out on the livery with the weathering, because of course the whole livery has been dulled down a little bit thanks to the sort of blanket of dust that's just covering the loco. Yeah, the weathering's interesting that Bachmann have put on it, but I mean, it's for what it is, it's pretty good. The side of the locomotive does of course contain sprung buffers. Once again, I have said this loads of times, but I do prefer Bachmann sprung buffers just for their overall just dull look. They're not shiny as Hornby's are. I'll just quickly zoom in for a second, but it might be visible, it might not be. But the builder's plate is highlighted right there. It is very difficult to see because of my shoddy lighting, and also it is just quite faint in general, but that's just sort of printed on there. Side of the loco down on the running board also contains a lot of nice detailing. You can see just sort of picked out, I think one of these is the sandbox, the other's the lubricant, but I'm pretty sure that's the sandbox and the lubricators right there. So they've both been picked out really nicely, really small intricate detailing on them. And yeah, the pipe work that just runs down beside the lubricant is really nice as well. I'm relatively sure that the running board is die cast. It does feel quite cold, whereas a plastic running board tends to be a little bit warm sometimes, I suppose. But yeah, we've got the separately fitted handrails, which are really nice. Not exactly the straightest, but maybe they weren't like that, I'm not sure. But yeah, there are a few slight glue marks present just behind the pipework, which is a shame, but I mean, it's just almost typical at this day and age to see glue marks somewhere. But yeah, the pipework is carried all the way up nicely on the top as well. The lining doesn't appear to be too bad, it's pretty good. So yeah, the overall external detailing on the actual locomotive itself isn't too bad, but it is a slightly older tooling as well, so there is that to take in mind. So it hasn't really been updated a lot either. In the cab there, can you see there is a lot of painted detailing, all the pipes, valves, gauges, everything is picked out really nicely. But we've also got these separately fitted handrails down by the side of the cab. The doors are also present right there. They're just part of the mould. On some older Hornby models, they are external. Articulated. So yeah, but it's not a huge bother. I don't mind it personally. I don't really tend to tamper around with these things. Just moving the camera down and to the side slightly, you can see we've also got, I'm relatively sure these are the fusible plugs right there and right there. Just those two small sort of like just circles that stick out. Yeah, I'm relatively sure those are the fusible plugs. They're there as well, and there's a lot of small riveting detailing down on each end of the tender. Just also slightly you can see in there lots of detailing for the doors to the coal load. So of course, you know, firemen would open it up, get some coal, shovel it in. And speaking of that, the firebox door is also present. I did forget to mention that, but that was sort of, I guess, common knowledge with what I said. Yeah, sorry about the noise in the background. My fan is going. It's just roasting down here. But yeah, so at the back of the tender we've got these handrails separately fitted, lots of moulded detailing on here, all the rivets also. Once again, the rivets are quite difficult to spot. At first I didn't even notice them when I first got the loco for a little while, just because of the weathering. But yeah, we've got the sprung buffers once again. There is no vacuum pipes on the front nor the back. They are present in the detailing pack, which is a shame that they're not fitted, but I mean, if I wanted to, I suppose I could, but not right now. The tender ladder is also a really nice touch, and then of course we've got lamp irons, the other builder's plate, the overhead warnings also present, more separately fitted hand railing. And down below, the axle detailing is really nice as well. There's plenty going on there. All of the springs and I can never remember what they're called, but there's sort of knobs on the outside of the axles as well, also all present, and the ladder down below too, right there, and of course on the other side. Yeah. Another thing to mention, I suppose, whilst I am here, is on this side of the loco. I will just zoom in a bit for it. But we have got these glazed and barred windows, which are really nice, and of course we've got one there too, and of course same on the other side. But yeah, overall, for an older loco, the detailing is still not bad, and it does hold up pretty well on the modern market. But if Bachmann wants to keep their Ivats, oh sorry, dogs are going. If Bachmann do want to keep their Ivats on their range, then they probably would need a full update if they want to justify the £165 RRP. But it's still a nice loco, and I do love the Mickey Mouses. They've got a lot of pluck and character. And of course, the Mickey Mouse tanks as well, which are phenomenal. I would love to get one for my layout, but they are quite expensive right now, which is rather unfortunate. But speaking of the Mickey Mouses, it's time for a brief history on them. The LMS Ivatt Class 2260 was a form of mixed traffic locomotive designed by George Henry Ivatt, built at Crewe, Darlington and Swindon Works between 1946 and 1943, with a total of 128 built for different purposes across those regions. An original 20 of the class were built by the LMS, with numbers 6400 to 6419. On nationalisation, the 40,000 prefix was added, and a further 108 were built, number 46420 to 46527, by British Railways at Darlington and Swindon, with the Swindon locomotives being outshocked in a unique BR Lines green livery appropriate to the Western region. The class carried on until their eventual withdrawal had to come, starting off in 1961, until they soldiered on to the tail end of steam in 1967. The class was later adapted under the modernisation scheme as the BR Standard 2MT, which included slightly larger driving wheels and other more modern modifications. Out of the original 128, 7 are still preserved, the most famous of the bunch almost definitely being 46521, for a couple of reasons. First things first, its role in Oh Dr. Beeching, and also the accident it suffered at Cornham Woodhouse on the Great Central Railway on the 27th of April 2013. Okay, so now you know a little bit more about the Ivats. Okay, slow speed, let's see how it does. It's not too bad. One of the most interesting things about the locomotive, whilst it's moving slowly, I will try and capture it. But the reversing gear, you can see at the top of the cylinder block, it just sort of, yeah, clicks over, which I think is really, really nice. And it's not too bad at slow speeds, but it's not the best either. I'll send it backwards as well. Yeah, it's not too bad. Right, okay, I'll send it back to go and fetch its coaches. I've put it on 3 chocolate and cream coaches. I thought it was just the most suitable, since it is a green Ivatt, which means it would have worked in the western region. Particularly, I'm pretty sure this example worked in Wales. I'd have to double check on the video that I made on this Ivatt a while back. The first video on my channel actually, so if you can find it, then give it a watch, I recommend it. Okay, I remember watching the video and just looking back and realising how much I'd changed just my overall content. But yeah, I'll try and get it as smoothly as possible. I think I got it. Let's see. Is it going to start up? Hang on, let me give it a little love tap. Oh, no, it's it's left the coaches. Okay, let's just very gently, oh, nice and gentle there. Okay. 1 second, let's see if I can see what's going on. Okay, I've got it now. It's just Hornby and Bachmann couplings not wanting to cooperate. And let's send it off. Just at a relaxing sort of speed. That's about half speed, so it is quite a slow engine in general. And I'll get the second loco going as well. So here comes the second loco now, as random as it is. I've brought out Sir Keith Park for a little run, just with what you could almost say is a lottery ticket train, just random completely. But I did want to give the Bully Pacific a run, because I don't often. And also, it's a Bullied. Come on. Okay, I'll start bringing these two to a stop then. So the Ivatt's just coming around now, so I'll start slowing that down. I think Sir Keith Park is also starting to come around the corner as well. There's the Ivatt. And there's Sir Keith Park. Alright, I'll bring the Ivatt to a stop just there. Quickly put Sir Keith Park around the back too. Okay, so there you have it. The Ivatt 2MT from Bachmann. I think it's a pretty good model, although tooling is slightly dated, mechanically it's still pretty good. It's a smooth runner. Even before I ran it in properly, it was very smooth. So yeah, it's really good. I think if you can get one for a good price, it's a decent addition to anyone's Midland or in green Western fleet. Or just if you want something, you know, a little bit different, then why not a Mickey Mouse? I think it's a really great mogul. I do love them in real life as well. Tank engines and tender engines, Mickey Mouses are wonderful. But with that, thanks for watching. Please make sure to check out my Instagram account. A link to that is below. I will start posting on that soon again, hopefully. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. So like, share, subscribe, and share with your friends and family, fellow rail enthusiasts, model rail enthusiasts, anyone who has an interest in railways. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.